Thank you, Matrika, for this melodious performance. Emotional well-being is just as important to us as breathing is. Our next speaker is initiator of an institute which provides a future-ready child education platform where children experience real-world academics, discover their strength and develop critical thinking. Let's have a glance of Mr. Pranshul Saini on screen.
Pranshul Saini, founder of Breathing Minds, IIT Gandhinagar silver medalist, 2 times merit holder. He has expertise in neuroscience, psychology and meditational researcher. Through Breathing Mind, he is helping children to develop real-world capabilities to be successful and improve their academic concept to discover, maximize potential. He is helping children to develop real-world capabilities to be successful and improve their academic concepts to discover and maximize potential.
Please welcome Mr. Pranshul Saini on stage.
So, is it because all of us have a fundamental need to express something? I don't think it's already about writing. If you just look around ourselves, we have different expressions. People want to dance, people want to sing, people want to do all kind of expressions. So perhaps humans have this fundamental need to express. So if we understand this, then the next question would be, what do our expressions tell us about ourselves? For example, as simple as choosing a frame, spectacle frame, can it tell us something about ourselves? Can it tell us something about our personality? The kind of frame you choose, does it define the kind of person you are? Looks funny, but I think it does. The different kind of frames we have, it may tell whether we are artistic kind, whether we are serious kind, we are dramatic kind, or we are creative kind. So that's something you always can understand about people if you observe them enough. What about your pet? You would see people having different kind of pets around yourself. Some look a little aggressive, some look cute, some look very nagging all the time. So what we have observed is that even the owner's personality comes out through the pet's personality. Owners who are calm in nature would choose calm dogs. Owners who are hyper, they will choose hyper dogs. Owners who are affectionate, loving, they will choose affectionate dogs. Owners who want to stay alone, they will choose that kind of dogs. Owners who are friendly in nature, they will choose friendly dogs like beagles. Owners who are aggressive in nature, they will choose aggressive kind of dogs. See, that's because humans always want to see the world the way they themselves are. The kind of people we are, the kind of friend circle we want, the kind of people we want around ourselves, and this is no different with dogs. With dogs also again same thing. We are trying to replicate our nature in the surroundings, and that makes us feel secure and comfortable. That's how our actions are. If you look at these 2 pictures, and let's try to guess what could be the mindset of 2 architects. On the left side, if you see, it looks like the person is trendy, lavish, wants to go with the time. And on the right side, maybe that architect has a mindset which is evergreen, peaceful, a little gentle approach. That's what you can guess about the person. And the same you can do for this person as well. Who knows him? Arjit Singh. When you look at this person, you hear his songs, you perhaps can guess that this expression is coming from a mind which is loving, calm, caring kind of a person. And on the other hand, if you look at this, you can also guess many things, which I won't guess right now because I don't want to get killed, but you basically can guess, right? So your expressions talk a lot about yourself. Alright, this is also true for handwriting. People who are having the first kind of handwriting, you can expect them to be childlike, playful, artistic. People who have second kind of handwriting, you can understand maybe they are organized, they don't like clutter, they are very detailed, attention to details, all those things. So this is something you can understand. And the same story happens for all the authors. If you just observe different authors, you would understand that authors who are critical in nature, they will do critical writing. Authors who are playful, their books will have jokes, all kind of arts. And authors who are on the creative side, they will do fiction writing. This is something you can understand from authors as well. So if you spend some time reading a few books of any author, you also know the author's mind, because the author's mind is being poured out in the expressions they are making all the time. Which means, if you look in terms of psychology, it's very difficult for a person to hide their feelings and personalities. People often think they can put a curtain on their face and others won't get it. But if people are observing you all the time, it's very easy to know how a person is in reality. So that because our mind is just extending itself through our actions. The way our mind is, the way the actions we make, and that's how it is all the time. So the most fundamental question here is, why is it that we want to express? See, we began with the question of humans want to express. There is a basic need. But what advantages do we get when we express? Because the nature is like this. If we don't get advantage in something, we will not do it. So if we want to express, if there is a fundamental need to express, there should be some advantage in that. Perhaps the first advantage is, we can get some attention. If you look at babies, when babies want attention, they want to express by crying. And when they cry, their parents can give them more attention and give more care, so they have better chance of surviving. That could be one thing. And this same nature you also see in today's world, where people are putting things on social media, Instagram, Facebook, just craving for attention. Some reaction, some likes, some comments, it's happening all the time. Because everybody wants to feel secure by getting appreciation and getting attention. People think they have social support when they get all this. So for this reason they make expressions. Second reason of making expression could be that you are solving a functional purpose. You are, let's say, spreading some knowledge, some information, guiding others. That could be one form of expression which is very functional in nature. And third could be when something inside you is so bottled up. There are so intense emotions and you can't sit still. So you just shout and you scream. That's one kind of expression. Which is like it's too overwhelming for you. You can't contain those emotions. So it's coming out in a different form. This is another kind of expression. If you understand this, that's how humans make expressions. Now think about writing. Why would writers do writing? First could be maybe some want attention. That could be one reason to write. Second could be perhaps it's their job, it's a function that they are solving. But these two again are very extrinsic in nature. You are getting somebody else's attention. You are writing for somebody. Basically it's very extrinsic in nature. This is not internal motivation. And if you look at these two cases, I don't think anybody has produced any masterpiece when a person has gone through extrinsic motivation. If we talk about masterpieces in the world, most masterpieces, people don't chase them. People don't go for them. They come to them. Most masterpieces come to you because there is something in you which wants to come out, which is so uncontrollable that it has to just come out. You can't just control anymore. And that's how masterpieces are written. If you look at Abdul Kalam, somebody talked about it. This man, when he was India's president, at that time, the whole day of work, tiring job, even at the night around 11 p.m., 12 midnight, he would spend 2 hours for writing. Which means something is burning inside him, which he can't control, and that has to come out. And those intentions, those motivations has caused these masterpieces all the time. So now let's understand what exactly is happening in a writer's mind. Like, why is a writer's mind so restless that it can't sit still for some time? There could be many reasons. First could be somebody is reading a lot. People today, I think Aditya Kant talked about the need of reading and the need of thinking, etc. Perhaps when people read too much, when people draw connections across writings, they have new insights. And when they draw these connections across different books and they imagine new things on their own, that has to come out because they think they have found something new and now they have the motivation to write. That could be first examples of people who are great writers because they have been great readers as well. This is a very common correlation you find in the world. Second could be that people have seen the universe in so many different ways which are very minute, very delicate, very intricate, small details which are mesmerizing them all the time. They feel, wow, the universe can be so fantastic. If we don't talk about it, it's like an insult of it. So people who have observed the universe in very unique ways, they feel like it's worth sharing, let's spread the joy. Third reason you find perhaps is people who have attained to some experiences and some realization in the world, where they feel if they share this with others, it would help them. If you look at both spiritual and self-help books, it has the same purpose. People feel that they have gone through the same experiences and they have found solutions. So if they share with others, it would help them also get the solutions. So the intention is to help and care for others. And the last one perhaps is that for some people, the struggles of the world has become so overwhelming. They have seen so much of atrocity in the world that they just can't control it. They just cannot absorb it. It has to come out. They have to relieve their pain. And for that reason also, many people write. It could be maybe a parent who has sacrificed so much for the child that the pain is there, the suffering is there, those emotions are there, and those emotions want to come out in unknowingly ways. Second could be perhaps, if you know Bengal famine, 1943, where there were extreme levels of suffering in the world. If you just look at those skeletons coming out, you would understand that if a writer is there, that writer can't sit still, because those emotions, those moments can't let that person sleep. So that person wants to write. So such kind of atrocities also could push a person to write about it, because it's too dark and it's too mind-boggling to know. That's why you find so many authors who actually live a very tragic life. Just look at the last one, for example, Franz Kafka. He was lonely in his childhood. He had parental abuse. He went through depression. He also wanted to commit suicides and all those things. Such things were pretty common in people who are driven by their suffering to write, because they have seen so much of injustice in the world that they just want to talk about it. That's very common. And for such people, art or literature is just like a therapy. When they talk about it, when they write about it, they feel more balanced because they are relieving their pain in that time. It's coming out. If it doesn't come, it's like in a child, If a child wants to cry, the child's feelings have to come out. If you stop that cry gets suppressed. And that's the worst kind of thing you can do, because it gets suppressed. But now it doesn't mean that you start suffering if you want to write. I'm saying this because there was a class thing girl, I forgot her name. She said, I said, why do you guys get into relationship? She said, sir, इस एज पे हमें कोई समझता नहीं है. हम चाहते हैं कि हमें कोई समझने वाला भी हो. So don't get into relationship for those reasons. Similarly, don't think that if you want to be a good writer, you have to first go into a relationship, then get a breakup, then you cry like a baby, and then you want to write. It's not like that. People can write in balanced ways. All I'm trying to say is, writing is an inside-out journey. You don't write forcefully. You don't go one day think, oh, let me write a book and it'll come to you. No, it's not like that. Something has to start inside you, which wants to come out in an uncontrollable fashion. And that makes you write. Writing comes to you, you don't write forcefully. That's why you see there are so many examples in the world who talk about not chasing writing. They just talk about exploring life. If you keep on exploring life in a very fair way, in a very passionate way, perhaps you will find something which triggers you so much, and then you want to talk about it. You don't just say, I want to talk about something. It's not like that. The main thing is there should be something in your life which is so deep, which you care about so much, that you just can't stop yourself. Right? See, it many times happens, people ask many questions, okay, how could you do that? If you ask this to most writers, even they themselves don't know. They don't know how their expressions, if you ask Arjit Singh, how do you sing like this? He doesn't know. But he has that emotion which is burning, and that emotion wants to come out. So if you find something in life which really hits you hard, which really resonates with you, just go to that level of depth in life. If you reach that depth, automatically some expression would come, and that expression would surprise you and also others around you. That's the only way for deep writing. And I hope that makes sense to most writers available here. Alright, and have fun with writing. So let's keep it simple. Thank you.